Welcome to the Millcreek Government Channel. I am Judy Zelina, and on our program today, we have a guest from the Erie chapter of the American Red Cross. We have Chris DeRosa. Chris is a registered nurse, and she's been working with the American Red Cross on a program that maybe sound familiar to some of our viewers. Sort of went by the wayside, it's been resurrected, right, Chris?
Yes, it has.
And we're going to be talking about the Vial of Life. Chris, thank you so much for coming on the program today.
And I thank you for asking me, because I think this is a wonderful project for me to get out and anybody in the Red Cross to speak to the seniors. We teach a lot of preparedness in the community, and this is one of the very important things in preparedness for the seniors. I've been to about probably 10 or 12 different centers right now, and probably talked to over 300 seniors. And what it is, it's the Vial of Life. It used to be around years ago, and it kind of went by the wayside, but Frontier Pharmacy has been so kind, and they donate all the vials for us, so we're kind of back in business with that, and I'm out teaching this class. And what it is, if you haven't heard about it, it's a medical history document that's kept inside a vial. And it's just like a pill bottle, and they fill out a medical information in that crucial time when you have to call an ambulance and you can't speak for yourself, you're sick or you're ill or you're nervous. You know, I mean, if you have to call an ambulance, when those first responders come to your home, they're hovering over you asking, what's your name? What's your allergies? What hospital do you want to go to? What are your medications? What's your past, you know, that's very scary to a senior.
It is very scary.
It is. And when I asked the seniors, you know, if you've had to call an ambulance, what is it like? And they said, oh, it's very scary and it makes me nervous. People are in my house and I never know what to say to them. So this kind of takes that fear away. And on this form, it just has their name and address, doctor's name, doctor's phone number. What hospital do you want to go to? Do you have any allergies? Do you have any special needs? Do you have a pacemaker? Are you diabetic? Are you on dialysis? All those things are so important when those first responders want to treat you in that crucial golden hour. So this kind of alleviates that, because they, when they're feeling good, they fill this out and they put it inside the vial, and it's one sheet per person in the home, and they put this in their refrigerator. If you open your door where you keep your mayonnaise and your mustard, they're going to keep this vial right on that shelf. And then outside on the refrigerator, we give them a magnet. And the magnet lets the first responders know that this information is in the refrigerator. Okay. So when they have to call an ambulance, they don't have to be nervous. They're part of that preparedness that we're teaching. And if they would have to evacuate their home in an emergency, they just grab their vial, stick it in their go bag, and they've got all their medical information.
The information that they have to fill out on there, Chris, about how long would it take them to fill that out on an average?
Probably person? Maybe 5 or 10 minutes, because they know their medical history
they
verbatim. They know exactly what they're on, what medications they're on. And I always tell them to fill it out in pencil, because if you're on medication, which we all pretty much are, our medications change. So you can erase what you've got and put your new medications on there. So it doesn't take very long, but it's so well worth the time.
And it's important to, like you said, update.
Yes.
When medications are changed, you're taking off something.
Definitely.
Or different dosage, if they adjust a dosage on a medication.
Definitely, because those first responders, they are our guardian angels. When they come into the house, they want to take care of those people the best that they can, and they can do a better job if the information's on that sheet. So they love this program, because now they're getting in the habit now of looking on the fridge for that magnet. So that's kind of nice.
Okay, now you said Frontier Pharmacy?
Yes, Frontier Pharmacy.
Did they approach you, or did you guys approach them?
I think Pam Macy is our executive director, and I know we were looking for ways to bring this back. So I'm not really sure whether Pam approached Frontier Pharmacy, or maybe Frontier approached us. Yeah.
Okay, also on the information in there, it's allergies and so forth.
Right.
But do they have like past Oh, there you go.
Yep.
It's all
We
the
have
different conditions.
Previous medical problems. So,
that
I mean,
you
if
have
you've ever had a stroke or asthma or diabetes or cancer or seizures, all this is on there so they can know. Even if you're kind of better now, but you've had a history of this, that may affect how they treat you when they're taking you to the hospital. Also, they have emergency contact. If they live by themselves and their family member's daughter or son is not with them, they need to know who to call. So you've got emergency contacts on there, names and phone numbers. Even if it's a neighbor, you can put that on there so they can get a hold of somebody just to let them know what's going on.
Okay. And now, what is the feedback on this program from the first responders?
Oh, they love it. In fact, I was doing a presentation in, I think it was Union City at the Senior Center, and there was a first responder at the presentation. So when I made the statement, first responders like this, so it's very important that you make this out, he raised his hand real high and he says, I want to tell you firsthand how many times I've gone into a home and found this lately on the refrigerator, and he says, it saves time. We can treat them a lot faster, you know, especially knowing what their allergies are and where they want us to take them as far as a hospital. So they are really on board with it. They're very happy.
How can someone get a hold of one of these Vials of Life?
Well, they can contact either the Red Cross, our Erie chapter, or they can call me at my home number. That's what I'm basically doing, is people are calling me at home, and I can come to your organization and give a talk. It only takes about 20 minutes, and I bring all the supplies. You get a vial, and you get a magnet and some written information to kind of explain to you what it's all about, and I will give you instructions on how to do it. But yeah, you can call me at home, and my phone number at home is 833-5474, and I can take appointments that way, or you can call the local chapter and ask for Trish Lawrence, and that would be 833-0942.
Okay, now you'll get a magnet, and that'll be on your refrigerator.
Right.
Okay, we talked about years ago the program. Did the program previously have something that was on their front door they used to put on?
Yes, because a lot of the seniors have said to me, well, where's my little sign for the front door?
Right, because they're going to remember that,
I know, because that's what they have asked me. Where's the thing, you know, I see the magnet, but where's my spot for the front door? And I said, well, they kind of changed it up a little bit. They don't have the front door thing, but they do have this refrigerator thing, so. And we also are working with the Yellow Dot program, which is Pennsylvania Department of Transportation.
Explain that, because that's a great program.
Yeah,
also.
and I've even, believe it or not, I didn't hear about this until I started doing Vial of Life.
Oh, really?
I never have, but the seniors know it's there, because even this program, they said that they remember from years ago, something for in your vehicle. So as I talk about the information for their home and how they can feel confident and secure and prepared, we also have the Yellow Dot program, which is pretty much the same information in this form, and it's kept in the glove compartment of your car. So how many times has a senior been driving or been somewhere and gotten ill? Like they go to Walmart or Kmart or a store, and all of a sudden they feel ill and they have to call an ambulance where they are. Well, they fill out this information. It's kept in the glove compartment of their car, and then also in here they have a yellow dot, which they peel off of here, and it's put on the inside of their back window. So it's the same thing like the magnet on your refrigerator. They have this on the back window of your car. So if they have to call an ambulance, again, the first responders are looking for that yellow dot in the back window of your car.
What's interesting on this, don't they even ask for, if you have a picture, to put a photo there?
Right. Sometimes you may lend your car to somebody.
Right.
So, I mean, especially seniors, they'll have someone drive them around or do something like that. But they have a spot in here where you can take like a headshot, just a face shot of yourself, and kind of put it in there. So when the first responders come, they know, okay, this is the right person, this is the information for the right person that's in the car. So yes, and that's very important. But it's all self-explanatory. Same things, medications, allergies, what's your physician's name, what hospital do you want to go to. So these are two just great, great programs.
And Chris, if they have any questions on filling any of this out, they can feel free to give you a call.
Yes.
Also, you can help talk them through anything that they just aren't sure. Should I put this down or not?
And I try and go through a lot of that when I give the presentation. So if you are part of a group, even if it's the flower club or a church group or something like that, give me a call. I don't care if there's 2 people or 50 people. I will come and explain all this to you and bring everything you need. But if you do have any questions, please feel free to call the Red Cross chapter or myself at my home number. So.
Okay. What about households, of course, that have 2 seniors, husband and wife? They just put the name of each one on that?
You would have 2 forms. You would have 2 different forms.
Okay.
So you just put 2 pieces of paper in the same vial. So that's why when I do the presentations, I will say to them, do you have 1 person in your household or 2? Here's some extra forms for you. Make 1 out for each person.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, so that makes it easier for the first responders, because if Mrs. Smith is ill but Mr. Smith is not ill, he's going to pull out her form and not his.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And now on these, of course, it's just your medical information and your primary care physician, emergency contact. Do they have to put anything else in there?
There is a spot in there for insurance information, but I'm sure you would go through that when you would get to the hospital. Also, if you have problems, like we have a lot of people in this community that don't speak English. So if you need someone to help you communicate when you get to the hospital, that's kind of a good point to have on there, you know, speak Spanish or whatever language you would speak, you know. So that's, you know, and anything that you'd want to put in there that's important, like I said, if they have a pacemaker, or if they use a prosthesis, or if they have a walker or a cane that they use all the time. Right. You know, all that information is so important to the people that treat you in that first hour.
How long has this program, well, I'm going to call it the resurrected program, because it has been resurrected. How long have you been doing this, Chris?
Since last fall. It kind of came around. Pam and Trish came last year and kind of approached me and said, you know, we got this sponsorship from Frontier. So I think it was like late summer, early fall. So I've been really trying to pound the pavement and get it, get the information out there. And I think now people are realizing that I am out there a lot, so I'm getting a lot of calls at home. So I'm trying to get their groups involved. And I would love to come to every and any group that wants me there. So.
And I think it's really important with this Yellow Dot program, once you're filling everything out for the Vial of Life, at the same time,
that's right,
you know, get the paperwork for the Yellow Dot program.
Right, and I'm handing that out at the same time.
I think that's been around for a couple years now.
I think that's been around for a while. I mean, a lot of people know more about the Yellow Dot than they do the Vial. So, you know, but the seniors are very excited about it, because believe it or not, these seniors want to be knowledgeable. They want the information to keep themselves safe, and they're looking for this instruction. So it's so nice to have receptive people that really want to learn this. And it's not just for seniors, but I am kind of concentrating on the seniors right now, but it's for any household. I mean, any household that has medical problems or even not medical problems, everyone should have one of these in their fridge, especially with kids. If you have kids with special problems or special needs, these are very important for anybody in the family. But right now, I'm kind of concentrating on the seniors. But I will go anywhere. So I will.
Yes, you will.
I will present this.
You will.
I will present this to anybody.
You will tell anybody about this Vial of Life.
That's right.
So really, it doesn't have to be a senior organization that gives you a call.
No. I've done church groups. I've done the Rosary Society. I've done a bowling league. I've done, you know, I mean, any
even
place.
myself, I should have something like that too.
Yes, you should. And I will leave one with you today.
Well, look at that.
There you go. You're all set.
So if a first responder comes, you can just look in my refrigerator.
That's right. That's right.
Chris, you talk about, and you work on a lot of different programs with the American Red Cross. You guys do a super job. I'll tell you, every time I turn on the news anymore, you guys are overworked right now.
Especially right now. We are tired, let me tell you.
I mean, it seems every night there's been another house fire, there's been another displaced family.
Since the beginning of the year, I think we're up to a little over 50 fires that we've serviced people in our community. It's just a rough winter. It's just a rough,
really
it's just a
has
very,
been.
very rough, and we're getting tired. But that's
And
what
you're
we
always
do.
there.
Yeah.
And you are always there.
That's right.
And you're always on the lookout for new programs,
Right.
new ways to introduce life-saving
Right.
ideas.
Right.
I think it's fantastic.
Right.
You also work on a couple other programs that, honestly, I don't know anything about. So if you could tell me and our viewers, what is the Pillowcase Project?
Well, Pillowcase Project is a project that we're trying to teach second grade, third grade through fifth grade on preparedness, just like we teach the adults preparedness, how to make a kit, get a plan, be informed. You know, we want the kids to know this too. They get very scared when something different goes on, or a disaster goes on, or an emergency. We want to try and alleviate that and give them coping skills and teach them, also give them a little knowledge. So what we've done is Disney is sponsoring us this. And what it is we go in the schools, and today they're at Emerson School doing a huge assembly with probably 500 kids, and that's what we're doing. But this is what it is. Disney has provided us with pillowcases, and we go in and teach preparedness. And we talk to them about having a kit ready, because we tell the adults, make a kit in case you have to evacuate your home. So we talk to them about being, planning ahead, putting stuff in the bag that they would want to grab if they have to leave the home, like a favorite toy, a change of clothes, a bottle of water, a whistle. In case they were trapped somewhere, they could blow the whistle and someone would be able to find them. So we just try and teach them a lot of preparedness. The biggest thing we try and teach is coping skills.
Okay.
We give them a breathing exercise, like breathing with color, and they have a lot of fun with that. So
okay.
we try and teach them that. And then we try and teach them like a shield of strength. We try and tell them to put what they do the best on a shield. So whenever they get scared, they can hold up their shield and, feel that power that everybody has inside them. You just have to remind them that they have that power. So the kids are just loving this. They are just loving this.
Oh my gosh, this is fantastic.
Yeah, they really love it. So we're in the city schools now. We've done a lot of the city schools. We still have a lot more on the list. So we're anxious to try and get out into the county and into Millcreek schools also. So we're really looking forward to that. And then the kindergarten through the second, it's not the pillowcase, but it's called Mickey and Friends. It's a more downplayed little, it still teaches preparedness, still teaches safety, a little bit of coping, but just to give them some information so they're not scared, and then we talk to them about fire. And we know the local fire departments are really with them during October, during fire prevention.
Right, yes.
So they really teach them that stop, drop, and roll, and, and the smoke, and stay low and go, and stuff like that. But with the little kids, we try and play little games, like we show them what a smoke detector is, and we let them hear what it sounds like, so they're not scared about it. And we talk about just simple things like batteries, and reminding the grown-ups in your house to check the batteries and things like that. So it kind of empowers the kids.
Okay.
So it's another wonderful program that we're doing. So we're right in the midst of that right now.
You really are doing great programs.
Yeah, we're very busy.
This pillowcase project. Now, all right, you're going and you're talking to kids today at Emerson. Are they each going to get this pillowcase to take home?
Yep. Every child gets the pillowcase, and they can color it, they can put their favorite picture on it, they can make it their own. We just want them to know that this is their kit. If you would have to leave. But we also teach them, if your house catches on fire, I don't want you looking for your pillowcase. You get out of the house,
okay.
But sometimes you have to evacuate if there's a train accident or a gas leak or something. So that way they can have their personal things to take with them to a shelter. So.
And I think the whole bottom line with all of these programs that you're talking about, Chris, is being prepared.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly, we go through life just not even giving that a second thought and taking for granted that tomorrow is going to be just like today.
Right.
And you, being with the Red Cross, have observed that does not happen.
No. I mean, we know that it's just a matter of, it's not if, it's when.
When.
All you have to do is watch the news, and you see how the weather is changing. I mean, we already have people deployed from our chapter to West Virginia to the flooding. So we've got people from our chapter already out. So it's a busy year, and it's going to be a busy spring with this thaw of all the snow. So
And there'll be flooding. There will be,
Yes.
because honestly, like we talk about the weather, everything's extreme.
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, when it rains, it's
yeah, I know.
it's torrential
Yes, it
downforce.
is.
When it snows, it's a blizzard. So
Right.
everything is the extreme.
But if they're prepared, that's what we want to
Exactly.
go out and try and teach them.
Exactly.
We know these things are happening. You don't want to be the person standing on your front porch going, I have nothing. You have to come and save me. We're going to get to you, but we'd like to teach you how to be prepared for at least 2 or 3 days. If you have to shelter in your home, that's what we try and teach.
Okay.
You know, we'll get to you, but it may be a couple days. So we just teach them, you know, how much water to have, what kind of foods to keep, you know, extra clothing, flashlights and batteries, and, you know, extra cash, because if the electric goes out, the banks aren't open. So you'd have to have some extra cash in your little home sheltering kit. So, I mean, we do a lot of that. So we also go to different organizations teaching that as well.
And I think what's great is, especially with the pillowcase, starting at that age group, they go home, then all of a sudden mom and dad think, well, wait a minute, you know, I better get something
Right.
ready too. I never really thought about
That's
this.
right.
So what you're doing is spreading the word, and then you have grandma and grandpa saying, well, you know, I better be prepared for things, and I heard about this vial of life.
And this also empowers the kids, because they go home very proud,
Right.
saying, I learned something and I'm going to teach you what I
Yes.
learned today.
Yes.
So that's huge for them to give them that power to go home and teach what they learned, because that's what we tell them. You need to share this information. You're going to learn something, you need to go home and share it as well. So that's what we try and teach them.
Now, I know you have a lot of volunteers at the Red Cross, don't you?
Well, we've got quite a few, but we always need more. We're just getting tired.
Okay.
You know, we have a lot of teams that go out for every fire, and we're on call for like a week at a time. But we've had so many fires that we can always use more volunteers. And it's not that you have to give a lot of time. If you can just give a couple hours a week, and it's not like I go out on the scenes of fires, my husband and I work together. If that's not something you want to do, we have a lot of other things. We have community service, like these teaching things, and preparedness, and Vial of Life, and a lot of office things that need to be done. So it's not just going out, but if you would like to be deployed, that's great. We can always use the volunteers. So you would go on redcross.org, and it kind of walks you through how to sign up for volunteering.
Okay, so it's online is how they would have
Yep,
to.
that's how you start it. It's
Start it.
redcross.org, and then on there it'll say how to volunteer. And I handle the orientation at our local Erie chapter. So once that goes through the site, it goes to another person who lets me know, hey, so-and-so is ready to volunteer. So then I'll call them and say, come on in, we're going to get you oriented.
So you do the orientation
Yes,
too?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So they really like it. So
You are one busy lady.
well, I'll tell you, it's a busy place, especially this winter.
Oh my goodness.
Especially this winter.
Okay, now again, Chris, just remind our viewers, especially on the Vial of Life, how can they get a hold of one of the vials for their household?
They can either call the Erie chapter of Red Cross at 833-0942, and you can ask for Trish Lawrence, or if you would like me to come to your organization and speak and do a very short presentation, you can call me at home, 833-5474.
And again, she doesn't care if there's 2 people, 3 people.
That's right.
25 people or 100.
That's right.
This girl will tell you everything you
That's
need to
right.
know about all these programs.
Yes, I will.
You have a great website too. That I know I got a lot of information.
Yes,
and it is an Erie website too.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
the
I usually
Erie
go on the
chapter.
redcross.org, you know, yeah, -PA or /PA-Erie. So, I mean,
Which will tell you the local things
Right.
that is going on right,
It's
here
like
in
a
our
calendar
community.
event, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of things going on for this spring and summer. That's all you have to do is check the site or call the chapter, and we'll be glad to fill you in.
Oh, you guys are so busy. You do a great job. And
Thank
like
you.
I said, I've been thinking about you guys because every time I turn the news on it, it's another fire, another
Yes.
displaced family.
Yes.
And you guys are right
Yes, we
there
are.
for
Yes, we are.
everybody. I know you work very close with our emergency management director at Millcreek Township.
Right.
And we're grateful for all that you do for the community. So is there anything else that we didn't cover on the Vial of Life, or anything that you wanted to get
No,
across
I
to
don't
the
think
viewers?
so. If they have any questions, please call. And again, I can't impress enough. I would love to come to your organization, even if it's a book club in your home. I'll come out and share this stuff, because this is very important to be
It is.
prepared. Everybody has to be prepared in every aspect of safety, and this is one of them right here. So
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
joining
having
us
me.
today, Chris. Plus, I'm going to take one of these Vials
Yes,
of
you
Life
can.
home with me, and it's going to be in my refrigerator. So viewers, if you have any questions, need any more information, please feel free to give them a call, check out the website, and especially, if you have just a couple hours a week to volunteer, wonderful organization. They can always use the help. Viewers, thank you for tuning into the Millcreek Government Channel, learning more about the programs with the Erie Chapter American Red Cross. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
You're watching the Millcreek Government Channel, powered by WQLN Public Media.